I'm not sure what was done to the brakes, but ladies and gentlemen, 2011 Porsche 911 Carrera GTS. This is the 997.2. We're powered by a 3.8 liter naturally aspirated flat six, making 408 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 7-speed dual clutch, the PDK. We're weighing in right around 3,400 pounds. Now, the GTS is essentially a Carrera S that has wider rear hips and track from the Carrera 4. It has center lock RS Spider wheels, as you can see right here, Alcantara upholstery that you'll see in the interior, GTS specific bumpers, and a 23 horsepower bump. In terms of mods, we have a Sharkwerks muffler bypass, SPC fully adjustable front end suspension with -2 degrees of front camber, and we've got these stock center lock wheels, Michelin PS4S rubber, 235 section in the front and 305 in the rear. And I do very much prefer the .2 taillights over the .1. I think this looks far more modern. Getting into the interior, I love that he added the 991.2 steering wheel, which very much modernizes it. We got these 18-way adjustable seats, which are pretty comfortable and supportive, although I wish the thigh support went a bit further out. We've got 52K on the odometer. We're gonna start this in just regular everything mode. And I can see how this can be a very good dual duty vehicle, because in normal mode it seems comfortable and quiet enough, and then you go Sport Plus with the exhaust, and just like that, throttle response comes to life, exhaust valves opened, and now she's ready to play. So she get this into manual mode. Doesn't quite have that high-pitched shriek and shrill and that as you build near redline as the GTs, but still a great engine with character. I'm surprised by how much feedback there is through the steering wheel. The mods he's done and the alignment have really woken this up, getting a ton of feedback through the wheel, very communicative. And you have to remember, this is the last generation of 911 that had hydraulic power steering. Man, how I miss that. Now, getting on throttle mid-corner, the 997 still feels pretty rear engine, not as much as the 996, but again, each generation they dial it out more and more. And you will feel the front end get light and give way to mild understeer if you're getting on the power too early. You have to be mindful of that weight balance. Really trail brake it in, keep the weight over the front end, and be patient with throttle and corner exit. That's part of the fun though. People say that, oh, that's a flaw. Well, it depends on how you look at it. It's adding to the experience in my book. Man, this wheel is really just coming alive as we start pushing it. I love that. If only modern Porsches steer like this. Although, the funny thing is, after driving some more modern vehicles earlier today, the steering ratio here initially felt slow, and I was like, wait, what? And then I had to remind myself that it's a matter of old versus new. A lot of newer cars have these fast steering ratios, some of them artificially too fast, looking at you BMW, because they want to make the car feel more responsive. But here you have a nice, balanced steering ratio. I would not call it too slow. I would call this balanced, natural. high frequency kind of texture of the road, more so than actually controlling larger bumps more or less. I actually prefer this car in normal mode. I think it's better. Now, when you look at how Porsche, their PASM technology has improved between the generations, you see a big jump going from 997 to 991. Because in the 991, with PASM engaged or disengaged, you're getting kind of what you expect, and here, it is a little bit, you can tell it's an older technology, let's just say that. It's not bad by any means, but the newer ones are certainly superior. The brakes, I'm not sure what was done to the brakes, but they feel numb, and I'm trying to describe this. When you get on the pedal, the first bit of travel is nothing, and then it really bites. But then when it bites, it's almost like there's friction in the system, or there's like stickiness to the pedal or something, because you don't have as high resolution control of the brakes compared to other Porsches. And I'm not sure if that's specific to this example or to just the 997.2 GTSs. But it took me multiple corners to get used to the brake feel here. And now it's not really I wouldn't call it an issue, but it's not congruent with the other inputs. The steering here is so communicative. There is no clutch. This is not a manual transmission vehicle. But the PDK as well is so immediate and natural and precise. Not as good as the modern ones, but still very, very good for its age. Even by modern standards, very good. But that brake pedal just feels a little bit unnatural compared to everything else. So you can see the slight delay between upshifts. Let me get this down into second. And I'm going to exaggerate my hand movement so you can see this. So it's not bad, but there is a bit of delay, right? That Supra ahead with the ZF 8-speed slush box, torque converter, not a dual clutch, has faster shifts than this, right? This is a dual clutch, but granted, this is also from more than a decade ago. But such an easy car to drive hard. Part of that is the communication it gives you. Part of that's the balance, the size. It is quite a bit smaller than the more recent 911 generations. And as a result, it really eggs you on. My favorite part of the car, though, the steering. Very impressed by that. That is better than normal 997 steering, for sure. But the 997 to me is the Goldilocks generation. My attainable dream car is a 997.2 GT3 because you have that amazing steering, you have the right size, and now the GTS flavor is different, right? You don't want to go as motorsport and as track focused as a GT3, but you still want some speed. You still want a little bit more refinement, but it's still great communication, great chassis dynamics, great balance, although in a rear engine, rear wheel drive kind of way, right? And the quirks that come with that. It hasn't been all dialed out like the 991. Big thanks to the owner, Ivan, for letting me review his 997.2. Big thanks to Fenton's son from the Zygreen YouTube channel for making this review possible. My friends, if you want your car reviewed, visit us on jabalandcars.com. Fill out the form on the homepage, and we'll be in touch. Much love, my friends.